standing at the bottom right now and working my way to the top. Oh, I hate that I'm about to say this. And if you don't want me to go to the top of your lighthouse, you better stop me. Oh, oh my god, I'm panicking.
Well, well, well. The ever formidable St. Augustine Lighthouse.
She's a beaut, Ryan.
She's also probably one of the most prolific places when it comes to paranormal activity. Every big investigator has come in here, all of them left with something to be pleased about. And I intend to keep that streak going today.
Huh? Did you just wink at me?
No, I didn't. I think you shined your flashlight in my face.
Sorry.
You could tell yourself whatever you want to. I'm just excited to get my little feet inside that lighthouse.
We'll strangle a ghoul with our bare hands, God willing.
You know I win if that happens, right?
I don't care. It's not a competition.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
We're friends. It's a friendship.
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate St. Augustine Lighthouse as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real?
No.
This lighthouse has played home to many an investigation in the past and has returned some of my favorite evidence ever captured on tape.
What does that mean? What do you got?
Full-bodied apparition.
Don't like the way you say that.
Full-bodied apparition.
A full-bodied apparition.
I did not do
He
the
always
hand
does,
motion.
he doesn't do that on
I didn't do it.
camera.
No, that's not true.
But when we're off set, he goes, we got a full-bodied apparition. Baby.
Anyways, full-bodied apparition captured in this lighthouse. It's a bit of a staple in the ghost community.
I love a lighthouse. I've always wanted to do a lighthouse. This is some classic Hardy Boys.
Okay, keep it in your pants. You can get excited about that if you want. I'm excited about the prospect of catching maybe the best evidence we've ever caught.
I don't care about that
If
because you're gonna be like, this ghost sounds like the ocean waves.
This place is just, there's a lot of activity in this place. That's
Okay,
all. That's
great.
all this is
I'm
about.
here for it.
Let's get into it. Predating Plymouth Rock, Jamestown, and even Roanoke in 1585, there was St. Augustine. Established by the Spanish explorer Pedro Menendez de Aviles in 1565, St. Augustine is the oldest continually inhabited settlement in the United States. Located approximately 40 miles southeast of Jacksonville, Florida, the Spanish held the settlement against the British pirate Sir Francis Drake in 1586, a brutal British attack during Queen Anne's War in 1702, and another fiery British siege in 1740. When St. Augustine was finally handed over to Britain in 1763, the HMS Industry, one of the first boats sent to the new territory, sank in the waters just below the looming lighthouse.
If something's been around for hundreds of years, isn't it possible? It's like I say, there's not a lot of haunted Chipotles. But if Chipotle had been around as a chain since the 1500s, they landed in America and started putting up Chipotles, they'd all be haunted. This is a very apt analogy.
I don't know if time does not always equal tragedy. I refute that.
It does.
And I'm saying that this place specifically has a lot of tragedy.
It clearly does.
And also, if you could find me a Chipotle that had more than 3 people die in it, at any point in any incarnation of that building, I'll give you $100.
Can you chime off in the comments and let us know? I bet
That doesn't
that's
apply
happened.
to you. The St. Augustine Lighthouse has existed in some form or another since 1586, before finally succumbing to eroding coastlines and falling into the ocean in 1880.
I'd love to see it. I would love to see it.
Like nobody inside, right?
Yeah, ideally they get everyone out, but if they can't do that and I can still get a front row ticket. Do you ever see videos of demolitions where
I have seen those.
where they fall the wrong way?
Were you,
It's so funny because everyone's like, yay, this building's, huh? Oh, no, not that! Ah!
The original St. Augustine Lighthouse would be known as, quote, the earliest permanent aid to navigation in the continental United States of America, end quote. The new lighthouse was completed on October 15, 1874, approximately 500 yards southwest of the original lighthouse. The light from the new lighthouse could be seen up to 24 nautical miles away and would have been a bright yellow color. That same lens is still in operation at the lighthouse today. With over 400 years of history, the site of the St. Augustine Lighthouse is sure to have its fair share of ghosts. Let's get into it. One area that's been a notorious source of suspicious activity is the Keeper's House basement. One keeper or assistant supposedly hanged himself in the basement of the keeper's house just years after the completion of the new lighthouse. And perhaps related, volunteers and workers with the museum have claimed to see a man in a blue suit lurking in the shadows. Staff at the lighthouse seem to believe this man is Peter Rasmussen, who served as the lighthouse keeper from 1901 to 1924, the longest stint of any keeper at the lighthouse. Rasmussen was a smoker, hated tourists, and in general was a cranky guy.
Now, a lighthouse keeper named Peter is often caught down here. There's a very tall man in a blue suit who walks around down here. Also, people seem to be pretty uneasy about that corner.
Over here?
Yeah. Does that feel creepy?
It's actually kind of comforting.
You're a psychopath.
No, just come over here and do this.
I'm not a fan of it.
No?
No. All right, Peter. We're told that you particularly have ire directed towards tourists. And I'll tell you, if there were anybody that was more representative of tourism, it's the boys.
Look at this guy's shirt.
Yeah, look at me. Well, Peter, if you're upstairs, I'd love to hear you coming down those metal spiral stairs. Whoa! What? Did you whistle?
No, I didn't whistle. Whoa, I heard a
Shut
whistle.
up!
Peter, is that you? Peter. Peter. We just want to talk to you, Peter. Come on, Peter. Hoist the jib!
Is that a thing?
We're just gonna shout out boat terms.
Hoist the jib! Starboard!
Port! I'm gonna go use the head.
On blue skies at night, sailors get in fights. Blue skies in the morning. Oh, what a beautiful morning.
You're keeping secrets from us, Peter.
Come on, Peter! Come on, Peter! We'd love it if you talk to us, Peter!
We're gonna move to the other basement now, Peter.
Another trio of ghosts who haunt this lighthouse treat the entire grounds as their own playground. The construction of the new lighthouse took place from 1871 to 1874 and was overseen by a man named Hezekiah H. Pitty. On July 10, 1873, it's reported that Pitty's children, along with one unnamed girl believed to be a worker's daughter, decided to play in the supply cart that ran from the construction site high on the coastline down to the water below when tragedy struck. The supply cart hit a gate and flipped the children into the water, pinning them under the cart. A worker came to their aid, but it was too late. Two of Pitty's children, Eliza and Mary, as well as the unnamed little girl, drowned before they could be saved.
Can't be horsing around.
You know, I respect that. I respect that.
You know, you can horse around in certain areas, but a construction site by the ocean?
Some believe the three little girls can be heard playing games like hide and seek throughout the grounds. One woman supposedly saw a young girl in a red dress in the upstairs window of the keeper's house while she stood on the lawn. The girl flipped her long hair over her shoulder and then vanished. A child's footprints made of dirt were once found in the keeper's house despite the fact that no children had been present on the tour that evening. People also claim that the locks in the upstairs rooms will lock and unlock themselves, as if a child is playing with them. And in 1965, a guest in the rented keeper's house reportedly saw a young girl in the doorway to the upstairs room he was sleeping in. She was wearing a long lace dress and stared at the man with a blank expression for several minutes before fading away.
Okay, so this is the keeper's house.
Quite nice.
A whole cast of characters are said to be inside here. Parts of the building are still original, the brickwork in particular. There's a second, first, and a basement.
It's a great home.
After you, sir. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I think that's just ghosts.
Very good. Hello.
Hi.
Even if there's no ghouls in here, there is AC, so we have that going for us.
Yeah.
Now, Eliza and Mary, we are going to turn on a device now that I rather enjoy,
This thing stinks,
and
ladies.
Shane loves it.
Oh, you're gonna hate it.
If you would like to communicate with us, can you please say our names back to us?
That's Ryan and Shane. We got a what? Sounded like one voice over 5 little bands. Warhol tonight? Andy's in the house? Ryan and Shane, those are our names.
It's a little quieter at least now.
Try to say them, or try to say your own name. Eliza.
All right, I've had enough.
Oh, I love the silence.
Another area of the keeper's house that is quite active is the parlor. It's here that people have heard coughing, which staff at the lighthouse assigned to the spirit of William Harn. Harn was one of the first keepers of the lighthouse, and unfortunately, the first keeper to die at the lighthouse, eventually succumbing to his battle with malaria and tuberculosis.
In this room, the parlor room, it's here that people hear coughs because he died of tuberculosis contracted in the Civil War.
Not a pretty way to go, coughing up blood.
No, which is, I mean, that makes sense why it would echo throughout time.
Consumption.
Right now, I'm reaching out to William Harn. We're inside your home right now. We're in one of your favorite rooms.
The parlor. Remember all the happy times you had in here listening to your clock? It sure does tick. Yeah, we rarely get spooky clocks like this, but this ain't half bad.
All right, we're gonna give you some silence here, William. If there's anything you'd like to say to us, maybe a message you wish you could have communicated before you left Earth. I'm gonna sit in one of these little tiny chairs that make me look like you. Gonna give you some silence right now. So there you have it. I believe we just caught a disembodied cough in which the cough belongs to one William Harn.
Oh! Sounds like someone getting kicked in the nuts.
Yes, someone get it. It's pretty definitive, I feel like.
Yeah, it could be a ghost coughing.
I mean, that's the sound that I imagine people hear in that room.
I'll say this though, you know, Florida is a very loud place. A lot of noises out there. A lot of noises. But the other thing you have to consider is that it is possible that someone could make some sort of noise or movement that, if it's a quiet noise, is amplified by a microphone and sounds from a distance like a louder noise. You see what I'm saying here?
Maybe. I also don't.
Are you doing that thing? Are you doing that thing where when I talk you go?
Maybe. I just think a cough is a far cry from, ooh, look at my squeaky little shoe moving. I think I'm being quiet in the distance, but maybe I'm not. I'm surprised you didn't ask
Hats
about...
off to you.
Thank you. Did you bring the hat just for that?
Just for that.
Just for that? Well, it came in handy.
But the most daring of the St. Augustine Lighthouse's spirits is the one who can be seen pacing the observation deck, 219 stairs up and 165 feet high into the night's sky. In December of 1859, 60-year-old Joseph Andreau, the keeper of the original lighthouse, fell to his death while whitewashing the outside of the lighthouse tower. Quote, "The lashing of the scaffold suddenly gave way, and he was precipitated to the ground, killing him almost instantaneously." End quote. Joseph's obituary in the St. Augustine Examiner described his death in graphic detail. Quote, "He first struck the roof of the oil room about 30 feet below, whence he glanced off and struck the stone wall which encloses the lighthouse, and thence to the ground, a stone pavement." End quote.
They've really sort of changed the way they do obituaries in the
Yeah, they really have.
because that is, you really wouldn't read something like that nowadays, huh?
Describing a man pinballing down a lighthouse in Old English using words like thence is kind of funny. But, I mean, it's obviously a tragedy.
Yeah, nowadays they'd be like, oh, he died doing what he loved. Not, oh, you should have seen him bounce.
Andreau's wife, Maria Mestre de Dolores Andreu, took over as keeper on January 7th, 1860, becoming the first official female lighthouse keeper for the U.S. in Florida, and the first Hispanic American woman to control a federal shore installation.
That's pretty badass.
Not a bummer.
No, not a bummer.
Nice to hear something positive about a lighthouse.
Even though the lighthouse was not incorporated into the U.S. Coast Guard until the 20th century, they honor Maria as the first female employee and one of the first Hispanic employees. According to a spokesperson for the lighthouse, Maria has been seen at the top of the lighthouse in a white dress with her long hair down. In fact, according to Paul Wenglowski, a former director of maritime education at the lighthouse, there is a padlocked door at the top of the lighthouse that triggers an alarm when opened. On multiple occasions, this door was found the morning after closing, inexplicably opened without triggering said alarm. Investigations into the anomaly by the alarm company found no explanation for how this repeatedly occurred. Could this be the work of the ill-fated Joseph and his wife Maria, still keeping watch over this haunted tower?
I don't care about doors.
It's an alarm door.
I know.
It's closed. Like,
That's cool. Anytime there's like any chance of sort of any kind of mechanical failure or just doors in general, people are always like, well, the door opens, so that's ghosts.
well, when you combine the door opening with people seeing apparitions up there,
Yeah, I know. It's high up there too.
I mean, it could be people still
pretty
standing
far away.
guard.
Yeah.
If it's a residual haunting, it would be someone that would be doing the same thing over and over again,
Yeah, look,
hence opening the door.
I don't want to argue with you on this. If you find it compelling, I'm happy for
I
you.
do find it compelling. And
Oh, great.
I'm happy for me too.
Good.
One ghost you won't find haunting the St. Augustine Lighthouse is that of Cracker Daniels' sister's cat.
Good. Great. I don't need to hear any more. I love it. This is the best character we've ever had on this show.
In the early 1900s, Cracker Daniels, a keeper's son, dropped his sister's cat off the top of the gallery deck of the lighthouse to test out a parachute he had fashioned. Amazingly, the parachute worked, and the cat was not harmed.
I'll tell you, I bet that cat made it to the ground and then had a heart attack and died. I put our cat in the car and he's like, he doesn't like it.
Maybe it speaks to how you're taking care of your cat.
I don't think cats like to be in cars, so I can't imagine they enjoy being in a parachute.
All right.
The big show.
Well, we finally arrived at the big gun.
You know, it didn't occur to me until now that this is going to be quite physically taxing.
This might be the most physically demanding thing we've ever done on this show.
Which isn't saying much.
I mean, we're not physical dudes.
No.
But this is gonna suck. The best ghost evidence of all time, in my opinion, or at least some of it, has been caught right here in this little rotunda. Kind of crazy, actually, to be standing in the annals of ghost history.
Hell of a rotunda.
I mean, they caught an apparition full out, just peeking over the railing.
I mean, to be fair, this does seem like the kind of place where stuff would play tricks on you, you know? Wow, that is tall!
It's quite tall. So tall it makes you feel small.
Makes me feel like a small guy.
So it's said that the girls haunt this lighthouse. It's also said that Joseph and Maria, the keepers of the lighthouse, the former lighthouse that is, all those people haunt this lighthouse. So we got a whole cast of characters we could reach out to.
A lot of room for ghosts.
Too much room, in fact, actually. I was talking to a tour guide, and the tour guide said they saw something or someone on the third landing. That's also where a lot of activity happens, so we'll go all the way up to there.
Yeah, let's hop up to there. Oh, this is not so bad.
This lighthouse never thought it would meet the boots of the Ghoul Boys.
That's right.
I'm reaching out to Maria and Joseph right now. Do any of you want to talk to us? I'd love to see you. I know whoever's in here likes to mess with people, play little tricks, run up and down the stairs.
You can push us down the stairs if you want,
You could try.
if that gives you a chuckle.
Got an automatic light up here.
Oh, now this is quite homey up here.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Joseph and Maria. We're reaching out to you right now. My name is Ryan,
I'm Shane,
and we're at the top of your lighthouse.
because we busted in here. A couple of degenerates. You know what the coolest thing in the world would be?
What?
If we heard steps at the bottom.
That would be wild.
Get louder and louder.
You hear me down there?
Give us a little scary movie moment. Start walking up the stairs one at a time. That'd be real scary. Dazzle us!
You know what it is? I think they're intimidated by us.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's what it
Your shirt especially.
is. I mean, it's pretty scary.
Wow, you can see the whole world from up here.
It's almost like it's an observation deck.
I know this lighthouse is haunted, but I would happily live here.
I would happily haunt this place, exactly.
I don't even want to haunt it, I just want to live here.
What do you think, Maria? You like those stars?
Hey, answer our questions, lady.
I really thought that was
It's
gonna
not
work.
working.
I thought it was gonna work. You see that light on the dock over there?
Yeah.
That's actually where Joseph fell from the original lighthouse before it moved
wow.
over here, more inland.
Wow, this is crazy.
Look at the stars. I know we're on a ghost hunt right now, but a shooting star just went behind
What
your
are
head.
you talking? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, I just saw another. No, that's a bug.
Now that we've briefly introduced ourselves to this infamously haunted lighthouse, it's time to finish off the investigation with individual lockdowns to see if we can coax whatever's hiding in the shadows to come out to play.
Well, the time has come. Before you go up there, do you want to explain to all the people at home why you look like bargain bin Tony Stark?
These are my new ghoul hunting glasses. They're supposed to help you drive at night, and I thought I'd get my own gear this season. So this will help me see ghosts better.
Well, whether or not they work, you certainly look like an idiot, so.
Thank you.
You have that to hang your hat on.
Basically what I strive for on this show.
You accomplished it. You did a good job.
All right, so I'm going in there, I'm going to the top,
Yeah.
and I'm coming back down.
Yeah, that's what you do in a staircase, yeah.
Sounds good. This is high time for a ghoul to come out and spook me. So far, no ghouls.
I think when Shane is around, it's easy to forget that you're in one of the most horrifying places on Earth. And now that he's not gonna be in there, not to say that he's like my daddy or something like that, I don't know why I said it. Have fun with that one, internet.
All right, I am at the top of the lighthouse. They do say that ghosts can affect temperatures, makes things colder. Wouldn't mind that. And this is allegedly the site of a lot of FBAs, or full-bodied apparitions. I feel nothing, I really don't. I don't get any vibes. I haven't felt anything strange all night.
Really, I just want to see his eyes for a brief, just the smallest moment. I want to see fear in his eyes. I'd love to cut away to it right now.
Oh, that's a loud one. Okay. All right, see you later, dudes.
Everyone who's gone in there has seen something, for the most part, if they've gone by themselves. You know what? I'm eager to add my name to that roster.
Bye.
Oh, boy. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I gotta work myself. I gotta work.
What? No,
I gotta work myself. I gotta work myself up to it.
You know, you're not working yourself up to it. Get in there. Get in.
Get it! All right. Come on. Okay, all right. Jesus Christ.
Walk up the lighthouse. I know this is the beginning of the season, so I don't know if that whole show there was just for, I don't know what that was all about. I don't know why he suddenly had to psych himself up to go in here. Arguably, I think this is one of the least scary places we've ever been, so I don't understand his apprehension.
I'm standing at the bottom right now and working my way to the top. I hate that I'm about to say this. And if you don't want me to go to the top of your lighthouse, you better stop me. It's gonna be okay. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Ah! Oh, it's an automatic light.
I don't think it's haunted. I don't think anything here is haunted. It's really nice architecture. It's a big, tall, round house. It's a beautiful light at the top.
I'm gonna use something right now that's gonna help you speak to me. I'm talking to you, Maria. I'm talking to you, Joseph. Is there anybody in here with me right now? My name is Brian. What? Can you say my name back to me? Oh my God, I just heard Eliza. Oh my God. Eliza? Why do you sound like that? What? Swap me? You swap? Oh my God, I'm panicking. I do hear you. Oh my God, it just started to hear me. I got the chills. How did you die? Damping? What? Say it again. How did you die?
Fell off the chimney.
Fell off the chimney. Oh my God. Fell off the chimney. Did you hit a roof when you fell?
He's been in there a while, huh?
just say? Because I'm scared, that's why. Sayonara, you had your chance.
Turn off your radio.
I almost had a panic attack.
Did you?
I
You
said-
are wet.
I said, who's up here? What's your name? And it just so clear, just Eliza.
It said Eliza.
And then I said, how'd you die? And it said, fell off a chimney? What the heck?
That's wild. Well, you got a ghost. Congrats. You all right? You were really yelling in there.
My brain is mush right now. I can't really think.
Ryan, did you or did you not encounter something up there?
I think I did.
Yeah. You encountered something.
I think a couple things.
To so many, the St. Augustine Lighthouse was a noble beacon that guided all those lost at sea safely home. Whether or not those souls and the souls of the brave keepers who worked tirelessly to keep the beam constant now haunt the very lighthouse they so revered will remain unsolved.
We're leaving. Goodbye. Forever. I'm leaving. I'm getting in the car. Going to the hotel. Taking a shower. See ya.
Slow down. Slow down.
Okay. Is that better?
Easy. Easy.
I'm so glad that's over, man.
I really had a great time up there.
I'm sure you did.